Okay, out of 291 episodes, Goku is in 275 episodes. And while he's saving the universe, some of you nerds are calling him a bad father. And I'm not about it. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about it right now. Okay, to start things off, I'm not gonna talk about the sensu bean yet. We're gonna get there, but I'm gonna go chronological because the sensu bean, that's its own thing. That's fine. All right, starting off, we have Raditz. Raditz comes to town. He's messing things up. He's messing with Piccolo over there, and Goku is doing a good father thing and showing off his son. He's got a new son. He's showing it off to the crowd, and they're loving it. But all of a sudden, Raditz takes Gohan, and what does Goku do? Well, he first gets his ass kicked by Raditz, and then he goes with his enemy to save his son. That's a pretty good father, if you ask me. Not only that, he dies for his son. He dies not once, but twice, but we'll get to that second one. The first one is he dies, takes a bullet right in front of his enemy and his brother in the back. That's pretty good father, you ask me. Now, I understand that Piccolo is also a good dad to Gohan. He's more like a big brother in my opinion, but he gets the job done. But Piccolo sacrifices himself for Gohan. Wonder where he learned that from, Goku did it first. And Goku, wasn't there when Gohan was training and all that because he was dead. Because he was training in the other world to try to become stronger so he could save the entire universe. Pretty good father if you ask me. So here we are. He gets his ass kicked by Vegeta. He is out for the count. Goku is in the hospital because they don't have sensu beans at the moment. And Gohan ships himself off to Namek. And so while Gohan's doing his thing over in Namek, Goku's trying to heal up as much as he can. He's trying to stay away from the devil herself, Chi-Chi. Regards to that, once he finally is able to get out of bed, the first thing he does, he doesn't even go eat. He doesn't even go train. He gets in the ship and he goes to get his son right away. I think that's a pretty good father if you ask me. All right, so we're at our first little hiccup, all right? So here's Goku. He arrives at planet Namek and he sees Raccoon stepping all over his son. And that's not a good look, and I understand that. Goku steps in and he beats Raccoon one hit. He rolls the nat 20 and he gets him down easy, no problem. I can understand maybe people have been like, oh, you should have killed Raccoon because he just beat up his son. Goku's not about that. He doesn't kill people. That's just a good thing that he does. Another good trait for a father, all I'm saying. You don't want your dad to be a killer. That would be awful to have your dad to be a killer. I'm just imagining Vegeta right now, oh my God. Anyways, we're back at it. So Gohan is down for the count. Goku instantly, he doesn't look at Krillin. Krillin's dying over there too, but he instantly goes to Gohan, shoves a sensu bean down his throat, saving his son. That's another point to Goku if you ask me. All right, so Goku and Ginyu switch bodies. Vegeta's having a heyday just beating up the both of them because he doesn't really care. He doesn't notice. He notices, but he doesn't notice. And so Goku then gets back to his own body and then he's being healed up in Frieza's spaceship. Now, Frieza is kicking Gohan's ass left and right, even though Gohan can hold his own every once in a while, just depending on the plot. But anyways, so Goku instantly, again, doesn't eat, even though this boy loves his food. He jumps out of the spaceship and goes to rescue his son. Again, all I'm saying is that you would never see Vegeta doing this shit. Okay, so Goku pushes through his limits, he pushes through his limits again, and then he becomes Super Saiyan to what? Defend the people that he loves? Well, who's left? I mean, Piccolo's gone, Krillin is no bueno, and Vegeta's dead too. There's only one person left, and I'm not talking about Bulma. He is there protecting his son, again. I'm just saying, Goku's 3 for what, maybe 1 if you count him not killing Raccoon? Okay, all right, so another hiccup that we have. Goku is a Super Saiyan, and he's supposed to go to Earth, or supposed to spawn at Earth because that's where everyone's at after planet Namek blows up. Goku doesn't come back. Now you could say that's him kind of abandoning his son right there. I totally disagree. Completely wrong. Goku is pretty much lost in space at this point. He doesn't know where he's going. He lands up on a planet that happens to be his Disneyland of things. He just has all these new abilities he can learn. Plus, he doesn't know how to get back. This dude has a brain of an acorn. He's really strong and he's a big tough guy and he's a good hero and all that. He's not the smartest lad. He's not. He's a good father, not the smartest lad. Understand that. Goku could go back to Earth and be there for Gohan as he's trying to be a scholar, as entertaining as that is, or he could stay on Yardrat, become stronger, train, and then go back so he can actually protect his son. Because little did Goku know that Frieza was coming back with his daddy. And both of them, not really easy to push around. So, we're here. We're in the Cell Saga. Goku is fighting for his life, literally, and he's getting his ass kicked. Vegeta has to jump in and save him. And oh, look at that, Vegeta's a Super Saiyan now. I wonder where he learned that from. Awesome. But Goku, again, is trying to just stay alive from this virus, and he gets his medicine, he's building himself up again, and what? I get it. I get this is only in the anime. He kisses Chi-Chi. That makes him at least a good husband, in my opinion, in some regard. I know that Super is saying all that stuff, that he'd never kissed Chi-Chi. We're not talking about Super. Super is just every Dragon Ball character and turning them up to 11. Like, they literally make a joke of Yamcha's death from the Saiyan Saga in Super. Like, how can I take this seriously? Anyways, so Goku smacks one on Chi-Chi, just being the best husband he can. And again, not eating, nope, doesn't do anything. He goes and trains. He finds Gohan, and then he's like, hey, you and me, father-son road trip, hyperbolic time chamber, let's go. And so what does he do? He trains with his son for months on end to try to get him strong enough, because Goku knows he's a good father. He pays attention. He knows that Gohan is the savior of the world, of the universe, actually. So Goku's training, he's pushing his son to his limits, and then he knows that he can defeat Cell, regardless. So let's address the elephant in the room of this whole situation on why I understand Goku not being the best father. Cell pretty much wipes the floor with Vegeta, because he gets into Vegeta's head and he's saying, hey, Vegeta, like, you can't beat me, like, you can right now, but like, that's because I'm not at my max, I'm not at my peak right now, you know, I'm not at peak fitness. And Vegeta's like, all right, you know what, fair enough, you know, let me stretch, you know, bust some weights out and everything, and we'll come back. Vegeta regretted that one. That was not a good move on his part. Goku, in my opinion, learned from that. He knew what Cell was gonna play at. He knew that when Gohan was essentially becoming the Super Saiyan 2, when he's wiping the floor, Cell would have said something like, oh, you know, I would have been able to defeat you, but I used a lot of energy on Goku, so like, don't really wanna do that. I see that. I can see that Cell would probably tinker that in his head. So Goku decides, you know what? Throw Cell a sensu bean. He's saying that, hey, you know what? Be at your max, it doesn't matter. Gohan was still gonna beat him at the end. And he does. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I know it's a kind of an iffy moment at the time, but it doesn't matter. It worked out for the most part. I mean, yeah, Goku dies, but I mean, it works out for the most part. Speaking of Goku dying, he dies for his son again, a second time. Yeah, Gohan kind of screwed the pooch and everything. That's a bit of a bummer on his end, but Goku steps in, he steps up to the plate, and he's like, you know what? I'll take one for the team. One step further is he's like, nah, keep me dead. Nah, keep me out, coach. I'm done. Like, I did my 9 seasons and I'm good. I don't need to be back. And that's a really good point on Goku. He's not trying to just be the best father for Gohan. He's trying to be the best daddy for the whole earth. He understands that he's like a light to mosquito magnets of these bad guys that come to him, and he tries to fight them. Like, I get that. So Goku takes one for the team, is like, you know what? I'll just train another world. I'll just do my thing. Like, yeah, the Buu Saga comes around, but there's a time gap. Like, Goku has a kid with Chi-Chi. Again, I like to say he was probably a good husband in that moment. And then he has 10 years of letting the Earth just do its thing. Hercule takes all the fame, good for him, but like 10 whole years that the Earth is just completely fine. So fine that Vegeta just becomes modernized and becomes like a dad that loves to grill all the time or something. Like, this is good. And okay, if we're gonna talk about bad fathers right now, let's talk about the Prince of Foreheads right now. This dude, like, let Dr. Gero blow up a spaceship that has his wife and his newly born son in it, and he didn't even care. He doesn't even care. And y'all are saying that Goku is a bad father? I'm just saying, if we're pointing fingers, it's towards Vegeta. Goku has been hustling since day one. He's been training to get stronger, not maybe for himself. Yeah, he has some like his own personal desires, but at the end of the day, he wants to do the right thing. He wants to save the Earth. He wants to protect his family. Yeah, at the end of Z, he decides to take Oob and go train with him, but that was the best move. At that point, Goku has been with Chi-Chi and Gohan and Goten for years. They're probably sick of him at this point. They've been like, wow, dude, you've been around here for way too long. We're more used to you being dead or something. So they're like, yeah, you know what? Go with Oob. That's probably the best scenario that could happen, instead of Oob becoming just like a super bad dude or something. I don't know. They never really went anywhere with Oob. Yeah, nothing happened after Oob. Nothing. Nope. It's the end of Z, like the end of this video. Look, I mean, if we're talking about Z parents, I think Goku's probably top tier, because, yeah, you could say Krillin's a good parent, but he named his kid Marin. Like, I get it, it was filler, but he named his kid Marin. That's weird, dude. That is, okay, like that's 2 pegs down. That's below Piccolo in my opinion.